So they go to Old Trafford at the weekend. Big game.
Oh, big game.
Can you see it? Can United shock them or not?
Oh.
The rest of the Premiership will be looking, saying, come on, do us a favour, United.
I think it'll be tough, but Man United in recent years, Al, they have managed to get something out of this game. You know, they could. You look at Manchester United and they're not playing their best stuff. They're winning games, scraping past teams, but it's a derby.
Does Harry play?
He has to play. Has to play.
Why?
Scored last game, was an impressive performance. Game before that, he got man of the match, and the game before that, he got an assist against Brentford. He's playing good football.
Okay.
Has to play.
Right. I don't like this word. By the way, Rico Lewis was good, I'm told, last night. I was watching Celtic. I was flicking to Newcastle, back to Celtic, so I didn't really see much of it. I was checking on the result. But they tell me Rico get man of the match. How good can he be? He's a busy little player, isn't he?
What I like about him,
he
can play in different positions, not just a right back, and play centre mid. Pep picked him over Calvin Phillips against Arsenal in centre midfield. So it shows what Pep thinks about him, and he's got a bright future.
Yeah, I think Calvin will be.
He'll be gone. He's got to go.
I think so.
He's got to go.
I think for his England career as well, he's got to go. Listen, he's been to City. It hasn't worked. Not his own fault, injuries and stuff, but you move on.
And
before you know it, you're too old.
We've said before, Al, you want to play football.
Yeah.
Don't be coming to a Saturday and you're like, okay, I'm not going to be playing today. Normal.
Yeah. First, a tough night for the lads on Tyneside in the Champions League last night.
Is time. The full-time whistle has gone, and we didn't expect Newcastle to lose it, but they have lost it.
Of course, disappointment because we haven't won and we've lost the game, so we have to take it and, as I say, review the game. We have Dortmund again very quickly. Nothing's lost in the group. We're still in there. We're still fighting, but we've got some tough games ahead.
And I still believe Newcastle will qualify. I still believe. I thought they'd qualify as winners. They still might. I still believe they'll qualify.
Some of the players watching that game gets a little bit too pumped up. You know, like when they're going in for a tackle and every single tackle they make, it's like, yeah, come on, pump up. Like, all right, we get it. You're in the Champions League. Have a bit of composure.
Naive tonight, I think. I think we got found out a little bit, really. We kind of got caught up in ourselves after the Paris game. Don't get me wrong, unbelievable game. But tonight, I think we got turned over by seasoned veterans when it comes to this kind of level.
Did the Chunk play in Europe? Did he? Was that the time he was on holiday in Lorette de Mar when they played the Spanish Wales?
Stop it. He'll complain about us again to management, Al. Don't take that back.
No. For more on this, we're joined by a legend on Tyneside. Good morning from a Newcastle striker, Mickey Quinn, the mighty Quinn. Quinny, morning.
Good morning, Mickey.
Morning, Al. Morning, Gabby.
Morning, mate.
Quinny, this was always going to be a difficult game for me, so I don't see the big fuss. Okay, it's disappointing, but they hit the bar a couple of times. It wasn't as if they got played off the park.
No. They still played well. If you remember going back when all the teams were drawn out the hat, it was the group of death, wasn't it? They started well. I was just praying they get a point last night, at least a point, Al, because I think with two tough games to come, going to Paris and Dortmund away, they're going to have to nick something there to qualify, I think. And by the way, Cundy and Chunk, when have they played Champions League football? My goodness. Going on about have a bit of composure at St James's Park. Listen, them fans demand nothing less than being pumped up, and 100%, Al, you know that.
Quinny, I think, listen, they could win the group, but I can't see with the games coming. But if they can qualify, it'd be fantastic. As you said, when the groups come out, great trips for the fans, but that's a tough group. They come out of that, brilliant.
But worst case, though, Mickey, even if they didn't and they finished third and they got into the Europa League, it's still good for Newcastle, isn't it?
Winnable, yeah.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah, look, first of all, like I said, it's always going to be difficult, but it's the first time back in Europe for a long time, so they're still learning. They're still trying to grasp the pace and the quality of Champions League football. So I think worst case scenario, okay, they're in the Europa League, but I mean, Newcastle fans, Gabby, they want to be Champions League.
Yes, of course.
And they still got a chance of qualifying, but like I said, I think it was always going to be the away games because Dortmund, PSG, Newcastle are very, very strong at home. And whoever nicks points away from home, I think is going to go up and going to qualify.
Yeah.
It looks like Milan are going to be out of it, aren't they? I think they're going to be everybody's whipping boys. So Newcastle got to play Milan at St James's Park in December. 3 points, no less for that. And hopefully the other two teams draw when they play each other.
Is that the last game, Mickey? That Newcastle's last game? Is it at Milan or is it PSG?
It's at home. It's at home.
Yeah, but is that their last game in the group, Milan?
Oh, off the top.
It's the last game before Christmas, Gabby, so it picks up again after Christmas. But Newcastle go into that Christmas break with big fat 3 points under their belt. It'll push them on for the new year. Yeah. What I'm worried about, lads, is injuries, because
I was going to come on that Isak. Yeah, that's a big blow.
And Murphy has done a shoulder, so he's going to be out for a while. And not only that, you got Tonali. That was his last game last night, I think, before his ban comes in. So they're going to struggle at squad. It's going to test the squad now in the Premier League and in the Champions League, and that's what I was worried about at the start.
That is the last game, Mickey. It's Dortmund away, PSG away, and then December is Milan at home. So you could be, if you can get a draw against Dortmund, then that'll be Milan at home. Probably win that, and you're through.
Yeah, I think that's crucial. If you get something away,
yes,
PSG or Dortmund, that is crucial. I mean, if we showed the same intensity we did against PSG, they didn't fancy it at St James's Park. So get stuck into them. You never know. Yes. Hopefully they can get a point and qualify. I really do want them to qualify for the fans.
Quinny, just a quickie before we go. Liverpool, are you happy the way things are going, or are Liverpool a threat to Manchester City and Spurs, Arsenal, of course?
Yeah, I think they're still a threat. I think, again, it's a learning curve, entirely new midfield, excitement when they're going forward, lots of pace. They're a joy to watch with all the goals they're scoring as well. Will they beat City to the title? I don't think they're there quite yet. But I think this league this season is going to be a lot tighter than last season. We've already seen early on teams are beating each other. Arsenal beat City. City lost 2 games in a row. Unbelievable. So I think it's going to be, for the neutrals, I think the Premier League is going to be more open than it was last year when Arsenal raced away with it and then City gunned them down and they raced away from it from the end of February onwards. Yeah. So I think there's going to be 4 or 5 teams with a good shot, and Liverpool are definitely one of them out.
Quinny, just a quick one. Am I right in saying Pompey are having a good start to the season?
Yeah, Pompey drew 0-0 with Cambridge the other night. They've invested in a few players. It'd be great to see them get promoted. And I've got to give my old club, Stockport County, they're flying as well out. So it'd be nice to see them come back up the leagues again, because, of course, they went out the Football League. So, yeah, fingers crossed for them 2 teams. They're going well, and play up Pompey. Come on!
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.